Hello and welcome. Welcome back to your practice. I'm Kathy Reed, and today or tonight, whatever time of day it is for you, is your opportunity to get your practice in and to feel better in your body. Today we'll be getting into the legs, the hips, a little bit into the shoulders, but an overall feel good, nurturing practice. So to begin, to help settle into our space, we're going to start in constructive rest pose, laying on our back. So go ahead, settle into your space on your back. Allow the knees to point up towards the sky and walk your feet out to the outer edges of the mat and allow the knees to hug in towards one another. The hands may rest at your side, or perhaps it feels more comfortable to connect to the body, allowing one hand to rest on the belly and the other on the heart. Take a moment here to connect into your breath. Inhale, connecting in, you breathe. Exhale, relaxing the body. Connecting, relaxing. Inhale, exhale. Continue a few more on your own, following your breath, honoring your body throughout today's practice, showing kindness and compassion along the way. And then when you're ready, allow the knees to separate on the next exhale. Walk the feet in, so now they're about hip width apart. Walk the heels back towards the fingertips. Allow the fingertips to reach towards the heels. And then gently allow the right ear to turn to the side so the right temple reaches for the mat. Inhale, the gaze comes up, the head rocks up. Exhale, head turns to the left, looking out over the side. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale up. Exhale left. One more time. In. Over. In. Over. Inhale. Comes back up. Exhale, settling in. A couple breaths here as we prepare for a bridge pose. And in bridge pose, our feet are going to press into the earth. And on the next inhalation, the hips are going to raise up. You squeeze the glutes. And you lift the lower back, mid back, maybe even to the upper back. Exhale, upper back comes down, mid back. And then lower back. Let's do that again. Press the feet into the earth, inner thighs zipping in towards one another. Space between the knees. Inhale up. Exhale, come down. This next inhalation as the hips come up, perhaps allowing the arms to lift up as well, up towards the sky and maybe even back behind you, biceps by the ears. Exhale, everything flows back down to connect to the earth. Two more like this. In, drives you up. Feel your stretch, feel your length. Exhales bring you down. One more. Up. And exhale, rounding into the spine, allowing everything vertebrae by vertebrae to connect back down to the earth. Very nice. Drive the right knee in towards the chest. Give it a nice squeeze. Then extend that left leg out towards straight. Next, we allow the feet to reach up towards the sky. Hands are going to lace behind the thigh. So along the hamstrings, use your fingers to clasp if you can. And just begin rolling the ankle one direction. Maybe some pops and creaks and cracks. A-okay, no problem there. Switching directions. And then flex the foot. Toes reach towards your face. Engage that left leg long, have that nice stabilization in the base. And then maybe even the pinky toe can reach towards your nose. Breathe into it. Shoulders connected to the earth. Stick with it for another 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Point the toes. Find this new engagement. And begin by rolling the ankle with the toes pointed. Think about drawing a circle or tracing a circle around a quarter one direction and switch. So little micro movements into the ankle, getting into all these little areas that sometimes we can ignore. And next exhale, curl the heel in towards the glute as the knee bends. Flex the foot, kick up towards the sky. Point the toes, curl it in. Flex the foot, kick it up. Point the toes, curl it in. Couple more times, feeling the power of your leg, of your hamstring, of your thigh, of yourself. For another 3, for 2, and 1. Very nice. Allow that knee to come in, fingers clasped just below the knee on the shin. And then right arm comes out to a T-shape, wrist in line with your right shoulder. Begin to use your left hand to drive that right knee away over towards the left side, finding yourself in a twist. Breathe into this posture, into this pose as it feels comfortable for you. Finding your edge and backing off if there's any sensation of pain. Maybe the knee touches the earth, maybe it doesn't. A-okay either way. Perhaps lifting that left shoulder up just a bit to create some space for both shoulders to connect to the earth. Soften into the twist. Breathe into the sensations for 5, 4, 3, final 2. Last 1. Very nice. Allow the body to come back to neutral, coming onto your back. Hands clasped once again around the shin, just below the knee. And then curl yourself up using your arm strength. Pull, pull, pull using the core. Maybe the nose can even touch the knee. Maybe not. Doesn't matter. Stick with it for 3, 2, 1. Relax down onto the back. Allow the right sole of the foot to connect to the earth. Allow the left knee to now drive in towards the chest. Give it a squeeze. Extend the right leg out towards straight. Breathe in here for just a moment or 2. And then transition to allow the hands to clasp around the thigh. And allow the foot to reach up towards the sky. On this left side, same. Begin by getting into the ankle, rolling it in one direction. And then switching. On the next exhale, find a flexing of the foot as the toes drive towards the face, maybe even that little toe curling in. Feeling into it, find the length, find the strength, breathe through it for another 3. You've got this too. Final 1, exhale, point the toes. Once again, drawing some circles, again, little micro circles this time as though you're tracing a quarter with your big toe. Can you see it? Can you articulate into it? Switching directions if you haven't already. Another 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Curl the heel in towards the glute, bending at the knee. Flex the foot, kick up towards the sky. Feel your power. Feel your muscles engage. Point the toe, curl it in. Flex the foot, kick it up. Keep going, curling, flexing, finding that flexion and extension. Feeling into your body and how it feels in this moment. Maybe noticing one side versus the other. Any differences and A-okay? As though, as much as we strive to be symmetrical beings, we're not. Continue following your cadence for another 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Allow the heel to curl in. Hands transition underneath the knee, finding that clasp once again. And this time, as our exhale comes, we raise the nose up towards the knee. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Find your curl for 3. Stick with it, 2. Final 1. Very nice. Come back down to the mat. Release the clasp. Allow the left foot to remain right there. Left arm comes out to a T, and then the right hand's going to allow it to twist on over to the right side. Evening out the body into this twist, perhaps lifting that right shoulder up to create some space for the left to connect to the earth. Breathe into this space, into your body. Gaze maybe up or out to the left over those fingertips. Wherever you're at, can you soften and let go for another 5? Breathe through it 4. Soften into it 3. Final 2. And 1. Very nice. Onto your back. Allow the right knee to come in to meet the left. And then hands come behind the thighs. Flex the feet, pointing them up towards the sky, keeping a generous bend into the knees. Find yourself in a happy baby pose. You can stay here, or if you need more intensity, the hands come inside the thighs, grazing alongside the calf, and maybe reaching for the outside of the ankle or the pinky toe edge of the foot. Find a gentle rocking if that feels okay. It's a happy baby, so play into it, have fun. Driving to have the thighs parallel-ish to the ground. If you're there, great. If not, also great. It's your journey, your practice. Find your breath, find a softness for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Allow the feet to connect to the earth. Fingertips reaching towards the heels. 1 bridge pose just to reset. Drive the hips up towards the sky, and this time maybe taking a clasp underneath. Rolling onto the tops of the shoulders. Really press those hip bones up towards the sky. Not allowing the chin to come to the chest, but the chest comes up towards the chin. Breathe into this. Find your power. Find your length. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Come on, done. Hands come behind the thighs, perhaps crossing the ankles, and take a couple rocks and rolls up to a seat, over onto your shins, and onto all fours for tabletop pose. And in tabletop pose, we have our shoulders over our wrists, our hips are over our knees. Gentle circles over our wrists to help warm them up, allowing the belly to come up towards the spine, flat back. Switching directions. And then 3 sets of cow and cat. In cow, we drop the belly, we lift the chin, we lift the tail on our inhale. In cat pose, we press the earth away, round into the back, chin comes towards the chest. Inhale drives you open, dropping the belly, lifting the tail, spreading those collarbones wide. Exhale, really curl into it, peel your body as far away from the mat as you can. 1 more, in, opening, and out, rounding. Very nice. Back to neutral. Walk the hands 1 handprint forward. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, downward facing dog. First downward facing dog of the day, pedal the feet out, alternating heel to heel, finding a generous bend in one knee then the other, flicking the tail up towards the sky, finding our length in our arms, triceps wrap away from one another, as though the shoulder blades are running away from each other. Find your breath here For another 3, 2, 1. Raise up onto the tippy toes. And ever so slowly, maybe taking 10 steps or so, tiptoe your way to the front of the mat. Take your time getting there. Allow the heels to drop. Walk the feet out about hip width apart or so. And then ragdoll side to side. You can clasp opposite elbows with opposite hands. Feel into it, maybe nodding the head up and down. Yes, side to side, no. Shaking out any tension that may be residing in residual inside your neck. And then generous bend in the knees. Release the arms. Unfurl your way up vertebrae by vertebrae till you come to a standing posture. Big inhale, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, arms spread wide, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, gaze about 2 feet forward, hands on the shin or the earth. Exhale, melt down. Deep bend in the knees. Unfurl your way back up to standing once again. Big inhale, arms drive out and up. Maybe even the hip bones shoot forward this time, finding a little back bend. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold back down. Bend in the knees. Last time, curl. Uncurl your way up, 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 up. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, and this time step the left foot towards the back of the mat. Allow the knee to drop. Point the toes. Inhale, the arms reach up towards the sky. See if you can allow the tail to tuck under just slightly to find that extra extension into your left hip flexor. Breathe into the sensation. And if it's too much for the arms up high, take the thumbs to the heart. Breathe into it. Stay here. Or the option to have the elbows come towards one another, palms come towards one another in front of you. Next, inhale, arms spread wide. Think cactus arms or field goal arms. Big inhale. Then exhale, find a rounding, elbows come, palms touch. Inhale, find your opening, maybe a back bend as well. Elbows kicking up in front of you. And then exhale, find the rounding. One more. Inhale, open. Exhale, close it off. Inhale, open, up. Exhale, frame the front foot. And this time we're going to move into half splits. So we find length into our front leg, find a straightening as the hips shoot back, back, back. Fingertips come back with us. Toes point up towards the sky. If you need to take a slight bend into that front knee, A-okay, stick with it. Find this length in the back of the right leg. Breathe through it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Bend into the front knee. Frame the front foot. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. Gaze comes out wide into this high lunge. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left foot's going to step to the front of the mat. Might take you a couple steps to get there, but create that space. Find yourself as you step hip width apart, and then roll your way up to standing. Arms reach out towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back down, plant the hands. This time right foot steps back. Low lunge, drop the knee. Arms reach up towards the sky, point the toes. Again, if it feels more comfortable in your shoulders to have the hands come down to the heart, no problem. Your practice, your journey. Slight tucking of the tail to find the length as the front knee is over the front ankle. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1, and then the option to take elbows in towards one another, palms towards in towards one another. Big inhale, elbows spread wide, spread your wings. Gaze maybe even comes up. Exhale, find that rounding, curling it all in. Forearms touch, palms touch, elbows touch. Inhale, open. Exhale, close it off. One more, find your opening, elbows pointing forward if you can, palms come back. Exhale, drive it out. Inhale, brings the arms back beside you, up towards the sky. Exhale, frame the front foot. Allow ourselves to now transition to our half splits, finding that straightening of that front leg as the hips come back. Feel the length as the toes reach towards your nose. Even the pinky toe curls in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend into the front knee. Walk the hands forward. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. Find your length into this posture. Gaze forward for 3, 2, 1. Right foot steps to the front of the mat. Again, maybe it takes you a couple tries to get there, no problem. Arms come up towards the sky. And this time, exhale, hands come to heart center. We'll take the right foot and step it behind us. So left foot's in front. Big inhale, arms reach up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Find a generous bend in that front knee. Feel the length in that back leg, into the glute. Can you soften into this posture? For 5 breaths, nice and heavy. Fingertips may even wish to walk out towards the left side. Another 3, 2, 1. If you reached out to the side, come back to center, and then slowly unfurl your way up to standing. Same, next side. So we'll have the left foot in front, right foot, left foot behind, right foot in front, finding our switch, and then forward folding down. Take a bend into the front knee once again. Find your length. Breathe into the sensations that you feel. And stick with it. Find that softening, maybe walking the hands over towards that top right corner of your mat. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Hands come to neutral if they were extended out. Allow that left foot to return to the left side. Everything now is in line with the hips over, the ankles, everything hip width apart. Find a generous bend into the thighs. Plant the hands. Step your way back to plank. Always the option to allow the knees to rest onto the earth. Spread the fingertips wide. Find your strong base. Shift the weight forward. Hug the elbows in towards the body and lower down to your belly. Point the toes. Fingertips come out to 10 and 2-ish. And then press into the earth, oscillating cobra. Inhale drives your heart open. Exhale brings you down. 2 more. Inhale, pressing the earth to allow your rise. Exhale down. Follow your breath, your flow, your ripple like water. Exhale down. Next inhale, you have the option to take an oscillating cobra or fingertips reach behind you, perhaps finding a clasp, and then inhale. Raising the chest up, up, up. Feeling into it. Maybe lifting the toes back behind you if that feels appropriate or accessible for you. Stick with it, zipping the inner thighs in towards one another or pressing them firmly into the mat if they are not lifted. Stick with it, follow your breath. For 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Allow everything to relax. Hands plant under the shoulders. Press your way back to child's pose. Perhaps allowing the forehead to connect into the earth, maybe taking the knees extra wide. Allowing space for the belly and the ribs to settle in between. Feel the expansion across your back, the mid-back, upper back, low back. And then I'll leave you here. You can stay and linger in child's pose as long as you need. Or if you're ready to start your day, or end your day and climb into bed, whatever you need, you did it. So congratulate yourself. And I am so honored to be able to share practice with you. I hope you have a wonderful time until I can practice with you again.